why people do not like you?
Why are you being so defensive?
Because you're a liar. Why do you want to lie on television for your viewers?
I'm not trying to lie.
No, you're trying
I'm trying to ask you.
No, you're accusing me of something, and then when you read the actual words, it tells another story. It tells the truth.
Right, but you're being awfully defensive.
Okay, so Jim Acosta is a liar, a liar. You're lying about Marjorie Greene. All you have to do is read the actual words of her Marshall's Law texts, and it'll be revealed that Acosta is lying about her. He is not being fair. Well, that's sort of how the conversation fell apart. But along the way, he did actually go to the text. So we're going to play a bit more of this. We'll eventually get to that text, and we'll see who actually came out with the truth on their side. Take a look at this.
We're just trying to get some answers. Did you send a text asking for the president to declare martial law? Did you do that?
You know, I don't recall those being my text messages, but have you read the text message that you're referring to?
I did.
Because it actually says if you...
It was misspelled, but it seemed to say
actually
that you're calling for martial law.
If you read it correctly, Jim, your problem is you're lying again right now. It says, I do not know on those things. That's what that text message actually says.
Well,
why don't you be honest?
Why even bring it up?
Why don't
why
you be
even bring up martial law?
No, you know, your problem is you're just one of those liars on television.
Okay, so in the video we're gonna go to in a minute, she's gonna freak out even more. But Brett, I have always thought it's a particularly funny thing that when someone says you talked about it before the text, she says, I don't recall. Okay, the text come out and you now say, I don't recall if those are mine, which does not make sense. If you showed me a text about me like saying, hey, to my wife, like, oh, you're running to the store, could you pick me up this? If you show me the text, I'll remember that that's mine. And that's about something inconsequential. If it's about martial law, you know whether you texted or not. But at the same time, Brett, that she cannot remember if she ever texted anything about this incredibly important topic, she is also dead sure that one part of the text proves that she was not advocating for it. She's not sure if the text is hers, but there's one part that definitely was hers, and it definitely proves that she wasn't calling for Marshall's Law.
It is, yeah, Marshall. It was crazy. I don't know which Marshall, but Marshall McLuhan, Thurgood Marshall, one of their laws, Murphy's Law. I think she's mixing martial law with Murphy's Law. But Margie's law is that everything will go wrong. This is like when the kid breaks something, it's very obvious that they did it, and the parent is like, did you do this? This is in your room and you were the only one home. I heard your voice. You were cackling and you stopped when I heard breaking. She's like, no, I didn't do it. I didn't do that thing. But if I did do this thing, like it was fine. Like it was not a bad thing I did. That's her. It's so transparent and so stupid. And he's doing what journalists should do, which is just ask questions. I don't like Jim Acosta. I think he loves spotlight too much. And he always is like smirky and crappy. But he's not doing anything wrong there.
Yeah,
he's asking her questions in a bird dog.
Yeah, and the issue is that he is running up against what many journalists are, which is even when you have the proof, the evidence, they will just continue to lie because they know that their base doesn't actually care. They're not concerned at all about it. It is so see-through. Now, by the way, I do not know on that. Is that like a regional thing? Because I thought it was a typo at first. She kept saying it over and over and over again in the video. Is that a thing? Is it like how you call it soda in one place, pop in the other? I do not know about that. Is how I think of it. I do not know on that. Over and over and over, she kept saying it. But anyway, I would also say that her saying. A lot of people are talking about martial law. I do not know on that. You should talk to him about it. That is not, she thinks that's a defense, but you brought it up. Like as a hypothetical. A lot of people are talking about how the only way to stop Biden is to put a bullet in his head. I do not know on that, but you should bring it up with Trump. Am I clear? Am I innocent in that? No, you brought it up. You decided to take what apparently was a conversation that you don't know on anything about, that other people were having, you decide to surface it to the inner ring of Trump's people. That implicates you.
Just the strings that the right is pulling at for every argument that they have. Critical race theory, not what critical race theory is. Fake news, not what fake news is. Transgender laws, like that is not they're trying to foist on your kids grooming. No, all of that is so tenuous and based on a copy of a copy of a copy of something someone heard. We're showing you all the stuff you said about overthrowing democracy and killing the vice president. Here's the proof. We have it here. Here's a text message where you're basically saying, "Hey, someone tell the president you're ratting on people, a best case scenario to you, that are trying to declare martial law. We have the proof. Say something about it."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, that is, you're pulling things out of your A."
The timeline is so damning too, because that text, as we've said previously, was sent on January 17th, which means that like 11 days after the insurrection, mere days before the inauguration, she decides to bring up that which she does not know on. Why? Why a few days before the thing are you talking about last ditch radical attempts to stop democracy from happening? I just, just bring it up, just casual thing. It's like I might have been asking if you saw the most recent season of Barry. I'm just bringing it up. I don't know on that, but it's whatever. You can bring it. No, like it is so clear. And the fact, if she hadn't sent it, or if she even wasn't sure, which is her cover story, it's Marjorie Greene. She definitely would say that she didn't do it if she thought there was any plausible deniability. The fact that she's continuing at this point to say, "I don't know," I mean, come on. First of all, these have been verified. We know that it was you. She would definitely lie. In this case, she is clearly worried about being caught in a lie, not like in public opinion terms, but in legal terms if she's caught in a lie in that particular area. And I think that is also as transparent as can be.
Yes.
By the way, we asked the audience, did she send the Marshals text on YouTube? And right now it's at 98% yes, 2% no. Who's that 2%? What are you doing? What are you doing with us?
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.